is universal. It brings people together, it unites. There's a song for every single feeling felt out there.
I want to make everyone involved. I think that's the thing, right? I want to make sure that everyone feels like they're a part of the event. You're not just part of the audience, you know? Like you're contributing something.
What better way to get involved in the arts than to starting with your own community?
At a lot of these events, I realized that they weren't really putting on any like hip hop acts or like R&B or soul acts. So I took that as an opportunity to kind of, you know, fill that gap in the space. So from Brampton's very own to BBO Sessions to Off the Record, I'm a curator. Essentially just highlighting artists of the R&B, soul, hip hop inspired genres and highlighting artists predominantly in Brampton, but we're also showcasing artists from around the GTA. It's a good way to bring communities together because there's nothing like being together, vibing to things you like, listening to new artists, finding new artists, and connecting over that.
I grew up in Brampton, so a lot of my music is influenced and kind of based on my experiences growing up here. So Rising Vibes is about literally that, rising the vibes when it comes to artists arising from these places. And so Rising Vibes is kind of that platform now for people in Brampton and Peel region and whatnot, a platform for artists to kind of take their emerging talents and their energy and showcase it to a larger audience. What I expect to share with this curation series is definitely a fresh look at emerging talent, obviously music and great music at that, because the city is just like a wealth of talent in itself. And some really like personal moments, whether it's like artists sharing unreleased music or artists just really connecting with their audience. I just want to cultivate like that kind of like positive environment within the city.
In my household, I grew up listening to country music. If you've never been to a country event, I can guarantee you, go to one and you will see how country music can bring everyone together. Bluebird Brampton, that is what we take a little piece of Nashville, Tennessee, and we bring it up to the wonderful city of Brampton. So the Bluebird Brampton is a showcase of up-and-coming musical talent, small to medium artists that haven't necessarily made it to the big stages yet. We want people to hear these amazing talents that we have coming up in an intimate set. And these artists are so talented. They're writing so much amazing music and expressing their heart and soul through their words. And I feel that when people start hearing country music and they start listening to the artists that we have here at the Bluebird Brampton shows, they're gonna have a whole new appreciation of what country music is.
Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted to be in some form of the arts. I kind of went to theater school and theater led me to stand-up comedy. It's crazy. I feel like stand-up comedy chose me. Stand-Up Stitches is the comedy portion of the whole Curator series. It's a stand-up show that I created. It showcases some of the best comics in the city. These are all professional comics. They've been on festivals, they've been on television, they've been on radio, so I've been really lucky to work with the caliber of talent that I do. The comics on the show are also really good. I'm kidding, guys, I'm kidding. It's a great show. I think the audience will be surprised by how much they needed these post-pandemic laughs, you know what I'm saying? And they'll be surprised by the talent that comes in.
As I came to Canada, my dad would blast music from our culture back in Guyana and throughout the Caribbean, and I would go to sleep with loud music. That would transcend throughout my life and transitioned what I do now for the last over a decade, math through music. So we're teaching physics, math, entrepreneurship, social justice, and coding through music, specifically through the art of DJing. So Crait Clash is a DJ battle that ignites creativity and spotlights culture. Crates are symbolic to the DJ culture. As a DJ, you gotta be able to pull out one and the other and actually make them clash together to sound wonderful to your ears. It's just going to be shocking, but at the same time, music to your ears when you just hear all those genres mashed together.
I came up in music, playing in bands as a musician, and didn't really understand what it took to run a business. So after coming to the Brampton Entrepreneur Center, ended up with my brother starting SounDrive Records, which ended up transitioning into the business side of things. So then I can find a way to support other artists instead of just working for myself. And that led us to the Rose Theatre directly through the Brampton Entrepreneur Center to be able to host and curate events through the city with the Rose Theatre. SounDrive Records is, for all the Pokemon fans out there at least, it's Ditto. So we're really good at transforming, pivoting, changing things up, and being able to fit the needs of every artist. Because every need for every artist is really different and very unique. My vision for this program as a curator is to do different things, shake it up, and give people something to look forward to, something a little different. So I think they just need to come out to the show and come have a good time and find out.
Hype is a cultivation of local artists that are showcasing their abilities, showcasing their talent on a stage. I want to bring the energy. I want to bring the hype, the excitement, the enthusiasm back to the local scene, because I feel like we're all willing to go elsewhere to do it. Whereas I want to create something home that you can go to, that you're comfortable going to, that you feel safe going to. So I brought as many people together as I could, so that I can have an energy-filled experience, so I can have a experience that is not only safe, but encouraging. I want to bring the hype, essentially, back into the local industry. I want people to get hype about, seeing their favorite performer or favorite artist or favorite local. I want people to get hype about being on a show where you're able to do what you feel is most natural to you, whether that's dancing, whether that's rapping, whether that's singing. Overall, it's just giving me an outlet to be able to explore how creative I am, and to be able to create that atmosphere on such a large scale, and to see people that look like me, people that are accustomed to the music that we like, people that just want to support the local individuals. I feel like it's such an opportunity and it's such a blessing that I'm able to actually do this on a grand stage.